Hey everyone, so there's a lot of confusion about holding Shiba Inu today. Today I'll be explaining about a lot of updates so far on what's happening with SHIB. Anybody else finding it hard to hold because loved ones don't understand and don't believe in this? And thank you so much for dropping a like, getting to those stages in my relationship where we want to move in together and my engagement. So a lot of people are investing for different reasons. We're going to be seeing what happens with Shiba Inu in the future. We have so many new updates. We're having so many new buys as well. It seems like there's more and more holders coming in. So in fact, the Coinbase and probably potentially Robinhood is bringing in a lot of people in, a huge wave of people. And people are holding, especially whales are holding millions and millions and haven't sold off. Some are selling at wave hypes, but most of them actually are buying in. As we can see, whales buying in big amounts. A year ago, they still have such a huge fraction. So, for example, a whale that bought a few years ago, so for example, a year ago, has some huge profits today. And that's why they're mostly selling. So, for example, if we check this first transaction from a whale, you can see he bought so much SHIB for about $220. Now, a lot of people would do the same deal. That's a pretty good deal. We're at 57 billion for only $229. So that's simply crazy to me, how rich people could get. So he bought $230. He bought 1 million worth of SHIB. And that's what makes it crazy. You can, in fact, become a millionaire in crypto if you're early enough. And I do think we're still early for SHIB, as I see big whales buying in. And that's a big factor. A lot of people have become millionaires of simply just buying $200 worth of SHIB. They're now multi-millionaires and they're holding 10 million so far. And some of them are cashing out. But, SHIB is still a long way to go from what I can see so far. Everybody's talking about the massive positions that are being taken in SHIB, and many are speculating it's off my news. I disagree. I think the whales have better sources than myself. However, I think the message is the same. Accumulate. So it does seem like basically Del Crypto X, if you don't remember, he was talking about the Amazon SHIB partnership that's in the leaks, in the rumors. And there's potentially going to be huge burns as well. People are speculating. And from what I can see so far, whales have some info that the prices will increase from what I can see so far. So everyone is going to be buying in more. And that's what I'm super excited for. Of course, definitely do subscribe for more content like this. But you investors, word of the day of crypto millionaires are gone. So the real thing you have to consider is if you bought $100 in Bitcoin in January 2013, you'd have $5,500 just 1 year later. Now, if you bought $100 in Solana in September 2020, you would have got $6,360. That's simply crazy. And would you have held? That's a year, and you waited 365 days to lose $70. Of course, you held. No sense taking back $25. Let's keep going. And if you held three years later, you would have got back to $212. So, this is really good returns for anyone coming in. So Bitcoin is a marathon runner. Don't judge him for 100-meter sprint. So while SHIB, might have a bit of stagnation in the short term, in the medium to long term, whales are realizing the potential of SHIB. Now, also, people are burning the SHIB. So I sent 230K to SHIB wallet. It cost only 1.5 USD. The idea is that we burn that every month. It's your turn, SHIB army. And that's simply crazy to me. This is the stupidest idea I've ever heard. Just physically light your money on fire where you're at it. At least it will keep you warm for a minute. But from what we can see, though, a lot of people don't like the idea of burning their own tokens. They want to burn through utility, just like SafeMoon does it. Just like, through transactions. That would, obviously raise a lot more. But then I see these types of posts. I realize the entire purpose of this token is merely to enrich its holders. No real world value, no plan, no goals, just a Ponzi scheme in hopes we all get rich. Kind of gross, actually. So a lot of people don't actually like Shiba Inu, even if they're a member. And the real factor you have to consider is that Shiba Inu does have a plan. It does have a real world value. It's being used in transactions in Venezuela. And that's something a lot of people don't talk about, how much it's being used. And from what I can see, they do have goals. They have multiple phases, but people are not happy with the prices not booming up like they were with Bitcoin back in 2013, basically. So at the time of writing, there are about 600K SHIB holders. The price of SHIB and 1 million SHIB is worth about $7. Most of them have $7 spare. So why don't much everyone just burn 1 billion SHIB? That's 600 billion SHIB, or about 4.2 million USD. So a lot of people are requesting a burn. Haven't seen much from the dev team. So if everyone burns 1 million SHIB, we go to the moon. And right now, you want to burn 0.015 of all available SHIB tokens that bring us to the moon. Don't go to school to be an accountant. But really, what we need to know is that the biggest burn we would see is through the token development. So that would, in fact, raise the prices. But we're still, now collaborating with Dogecoin. And SHIB and both Dogecoin will be on the same platforms. They'll be trading on the same reasons, basically. And with that being said, a lot of people are burning their own coins, which forever take them out of circulation. I think if developers had implemented a burn through transaction, for example, through SHIBA INU and using SHIB as gas fee, that would be simply crazy. That would be awesome. I think a lot of people would use that. But don't forget to ever diversify just if anything happens to SHIBA INU, as we do have a lot more to talk about. But follow the VCs in cryptos and buy the dip with confidence. VCs are saying loud and clear that cryptocurrencies are the future. And, SHIBA INU will probably follow the patterns, because if SHIB is growing, so are other cryptos. We're seeing on our team and following it, maybe the biggest reason why we've been able to identify 21 different stocks in cryptos have soared 10x or more. And you can see here, crypto is still very early, but it's basically gonna be growing. So with that being said, so much has happened this week, and all of this has affected the prices of SHIB as well. So for example, Ukraine coming in, Portugal could be next. So Ukraine passes legislation to recognize and regulate crypto. 101 Bored Apes auction at Sotheby's closes more than 24 million. Like, NFTs have a huge future. And SHIB already has a plan how to use these NFTs to profit. But we can see a lot of things happening, especially, insiders sold MicroStrategy stock after Bitcoin's bull run, while MicroStrategy continues to step up and hold outrageous about Bitcoin under the guidance of CEO Michael Saylor. Strategists have posited the top executives at the firm might not be so fond of the current business model. Reached the filing with the SEC revealed that the company's top-level execs, such as Chief Financial Officer, sold stocks in the August of this year by extracting around 3% of the options they received this compensation. Saylor himself has not sold any shares since 2012. And, the executives are selling the stocks, but I do think crypto does have a strong future, and they are going to be going higher. While these executives are selling, I do think crypto and basically cryptocurrencies could be going a lot higher right now. Still not a lot of people are sure where Bitcoin will go from here, but I definitely do think it will be reaching 100,000 at some point. Like, all these cryptocurrencies are growing, and the sooner we get to the altcoin season, we're now getting big institutions coming up around the corner. For example, Swiss Exchange 6 granted approval to launch crypto marketplace. Being there in Switzerland where there's a lot of investments, this is something else. A lot of cryptocurrencies are going to be launching pretty much soon, and with SHIBA INU, it will just be a massive hype train. So it's definitely still possible to become a millionaire, and there's still a lot of coin burns. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, peace everyone.